Both witnesses who appeared before the Zondo Commission on Thursday did so after being issued summonses. Richard Leroux is currently employed at an IT subsidiary of what was Bosasa. He claims that Gavin Watson threatened him and his daughter Lindsay Watson pressured him into only implicating Angelo Agrizzi in the establishment of a special projects unit.
We were not allowed to wear any uniform. We had to wear civilian clothing.
Okay.
So that nothing, not even the vehicles, could get pointed back to Sondolo IT at all the Bosasa group.
Leroux rattled off a list of names of people he claims received upgrades and maintenance to security systems at their personal homes, all paid for by Bosasa. They include Minister Gwede Mantashe, Minister Nomvula Mokonyane, former SAA Chair Dudu Myeni and ANC MP Vincent Smith. But perhaps most alarming and unfamiliar was the name of a magistrate.
A Mr. Desmond Nair.
At whose instruction?
Trevor Matenja instructed Angelo Agrizzi, who instructed me.
Leroux also testified that he received instructions to destroy video footage of VIPs and VVIPs.
I had seen the then President Jacob Zuma, accompanied by Dudu Myeni and Becky Clearly. I had to wait until the visit was finished, and I had to clear the database then and there.
After Leroux came Leon Fantonder, who used to work at IT for Bosasa and some of its subsidiaries. Fantonder, who is the younger brother of the company's former CFO, testified that he, under duress, destroyed documents.
The documents I had to search for was documents that was related to the Bosasa or related to the tenders that was awarded to Bosasa by the Department of Correctional Services.
With these two witnesses' testimony, there are now 5 versions before the Zondo Commission implicating Bosasa in allegations of fraud, corruption, money laundering and, yes, state capture. And it's expected there'll be more of the same on Friday at 10 when a new witness takes the stand. Erin Bates, Johannesburg.
Nomgcobo Jiba tried to undermine the corruption case against the late former police commissioner Jackie Selebi. That's what Deputy NPA boss Willie Hofmeyer has told the Mokgoro inquiry. It's looking into Jiba and Special Director of Public Prosecutions Lawrence Mkhwebi's fitness to hold office. Govan Whittles reports.
Willie Hofmeyer is so far the most senior NPA official to testify against Nomgcobo Jiba and Lawrence Mkhwebi. He says it appears as Jiba and Mkhwebi had been trying to sabotage the NPA's work.
It's incredibly difficult to have people working in the organization who, at the end of the day, are either spying on the organization to give information to accused people or trying to sabotage its work in various ways.
He's told the inquiry Jiba and Mkhwebi supported former National Police Commissioner Jackie Selebi's bid for a stay of prosecution. That application ultimately failed. Hofmeyer is also accusing Jiba of being involved in a plot to target high-ranking police officers and prosecutors. Something he says that was also taken up by former NPA boss Sean Abrams.
I think my problem is that once you start manipulating the outcome of cases to please politicians, that ends up being a disaster for the NPA, as we have seen over the last few years.
The inquiry has now formally requested Abrams to appear and respond to Hofmeyer's claims. Govan Whittles, Centurion.
All right, let's get the latest in business now with Rapio Madzena.
Thanks, Shahan. Now, it's only been a month into the new year and there has already been a slew of economic data and geopolitical events that have shaped movements in emerging markets. And joining me now to break down the month that was and what's to come is Matete Thulare from RMB. Matete, many thanks for your time this evening. Let's perhaps start with the latest. Yesterday we saw the Fed showing a very dovish tone. What does this mean for the global interest rate hiking cycle? I mean, they also did express a bit of caution, but I just want to get a sense of what we can look forward to there.
Thanks, Rafi. Very interesting comments from the Fed last night. Jerome Powell, the US Fed chairperson, did mention that they will be patient in terms of hiking interest rates going into the future. But also I think what the market liked was the fact that they spoke about, dropping the language in terms of gradual increases that they've kind of spoken about for the past few months. The market really did like that. It kind of did spur the rally that we saw yesterday. But also Jerome Powell did mention the fact that the US market is in a good space, but also at the same time, he noted concerns about the slowdown of growth in China and also in the European Union. But also he noted the fact that there's also issues out in Brexit and also the trade wars that we're seeing between the US and China. So that is just one of the issues that the Fed is looking at. But in terms of the hiking cycle, it looks like they're now kicking the can down the road for the next few months.
Right, and I mean, it wasn't just the markets that liked it, isn't it? The Rand, emerging market currencies, the Rand in particular, were pretty happy with the tone that the Fed has set. And I just want to get a sense of what we can expect rather in terms of main drivers of the local unit.
Look, I think from a Rand perspective, it's the best start to the year since 1998. From a month-to-date perspective, the Rand is the best performing emerging market currency. We have returned about 9% just this month on the Rand. But also, if you look at today, we saw lows of around 13.24, call it. And also even the bond yields, they have been at the lowest for the past 8 months. So it just shows you that, the market really did like what the Fed said yesterday. So I think, if anything, if we do have a trade war deal that is being reached and also a very dovish Fed, then we could see further momentum in the Rand.
Yeah, but what about some of the risks? Surely there are still some risks to the local unit, and this risk on sentiment might not last very long.
Very true. Look, from a local perspective, we've got the budget on the 20th of Feb. We've got the State of the Nation on the 7th of Feb. But we've also got geopolitical issues like the trade war. If we do see, this trade war, we do know that the deadline is the 28th of Feb. And if this deadline is not met and, it's kicked down the road further and there's more insults or anything that's, negative between the US and China, we could see a bit of a blowout. But also, remember something, we've still got Moody's that's also coming on the 29th of March. That's also a bit of a risk for us. But hopefully, we deliver a credible budget, and hopefully we also sort out the issues in the SOEs.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps just a broad look at emerging markets at the moment. What about Venezuela and the situation there? Could it have a ripple effect on the performance of EMs?
Look, it's very much possible. I think we've seen issues out in Turkey, we've seen issues out in Brazil, and South Africa and Russia. So we're not any different. So unfortunately, Venezuela has been, in the doldrums for the past couple of months. But also, if you bring it back home locally, as you say, we've got a lot of issues, especially going into election year. I think we need to be very cognizant of what the politicians say with regards to, the independence of the Reserve Bank and also some of the state-owned enterprises and how they handle some of those issues, as well as, the fundamentals in terms of the growth outlook.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. I've been speaking there to Matete Thulare from RNB. Shahan, it's back to you.